Hey yo, what's good, people? It's your boy reporting straight from the 90s. And before streaming was a glimmer in Silicon Valley's eye, before Blu-ray was even an itch in Sony's hard drive, there was the DVD, a mysterious, shiny new format that showed up in the late 90s, looked VHS in the face and said, yo, move over, Grandpa. Hey yo, this wasn't just a formal shift. This was a cultural earthquake. We're talking about the fall of rewinding, the death of tape hiss, the rise of menus, bonus features, and crystal clear picture so clean it made you side-eye your old Lion King VHS. In this video, we breaking down the DVD's come up in the 90s, how it snuck into stores, stole shelf space from VHS, and quietly turned home entertainment into a whole new ball game. The tech beef, the corporate power plays, the hush-hush launch, and all that ish. So if you remember the first time you saw an animated menu, hit that like button, subscribe for more nostalgic heat, and get ready to relive the rise of a format that changed how we watched everything before Y2K even hit. Now let's take it back to the early 90s. If you wanted to watch a movie at home, there was only one real option: VHS. Big, clunky, and damn near indestructible. That black rectangle was the king of home video. You could throw it across the room, step on it, spill juice on it, and it would still play, and we loved it. Friday nights at Blockbuster or the corner video shop, that was a whole event, but VHS had some serious issues, man. For one, the quality was trash compared to what was coming. You had to deal with tracking lines, worn out tapes, and that disrespectful moment when the VCR ate your favorite flick like a hungry pit bull. Let's not even talk about rewinding. And here's the low-key truth most people forget. By the mid-90s, the tech world knew VHS was living on borrowed time. LaserDisc tried to make a move earlier in the decade. It had better quality, cleaner sound, and looked like a spaceship, but it was too pricey, too big. And let's be real, LaserDisc looked like it should have came out with a lab coat and a physics degree. It never caught on in the hood or the burbs. VHS stayed undefeated. But behind closed doors, tech giants like Toshiba, Warner, Sony, and Panasonic were working on something sleek, something digital, something that was gonna flip the industry on its head. And by 1996, the word was spreading. There's a new disc on the block, and it don't rewind. All right, so here's what most people don't realize. The DVD didn't burst onto the scene like an explosion. In fact, when DVDs launched in the US in March of 1997, they were only available in 7 cities: LA, Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas, New York, Seattle, and DC. If you lived anywhere else, you were still rewinding Mrs. Doubtfire like it was business as usual. But while the public was just chilling, behind the scenes, it was corporate warfare. There was a full-blown nerdy turf war popping between tech heavyweights like it was Death Row vs. Bad Boy, but with circuit boards and legal teams. Toshiba and Warner Brothers were pushing one format, Super Density Disc, SD, and Sony with Philips had another format ready, Multimedia CD, MMCD. They both wanted to be the one, the chosen format, the standard. And of course, they couldn't agree on nothing, man. It got messy, so messy that IBM, Apple, HP, and Microsoft had to jump in just to stop these giants from dropping 2 different discs on the public. Imagine if one store sold Poetic Justice on SD and the next one had it on MMCD. Total nightmare. Eventually, both sides squashed it, and they merged their formats into one, the digital versatile disc, the DVD. Versatile, clean, compact, and carrying a level of clarity that had VHS sweating in the corner like it knew the end was near. But even with the format locked in, the DVD still had haters. Some movie studios didn't trust it. They were shook over piracy, over region codes, and whether people would buy something that they couldn't record over with a piece of scotch tape on the tab. The first DVD titles that dropped, not exactly jaw-droppers. We're talking Twister, The Mask, Goodfellas, Blade Runner. Solid flicks, classics, but no exclusive content, no eye-popping menus yet. DVD players, they costed about $600 to $1,000, which in 90s money was, you better have a Wall Street job territory. The only people copping early were home theater nerds, rich uncles, and that one kid whose dad worked at Panasonic. Y2K paranoia was in full swing.
During this Y2K scare, people are getting a little weird about protecting their valuables. What goes in the hole?
T-bills, collector plates. I smell fear in this community.
I think you hit the septic tank.
Napster was crashing dial-up internet across the nation, and Busta Rhymes was still rapping about the millennium like it was a Marvel villain. But while all this was going down, something slick was happening on the home entertainment tip. DVD was finally outside, and VHS was shookington. But here's what changed the game when the prices dropped. DVD players that were $700 just 2 years prior, down to $299, $249 by Christmas of '99. Even Walmart was slinging them for $199 with a free copy of The Matrix. You already know how many moms got finessed into buying a player just so their kids could watch Tarzan in movie theater quality. They were everywhere now. Blockbuster started devoting entire walls to DVD. You'd walk in and see the VHS section looking old, dusty, and sad, like it just got back from rehab. Meanwhile, the DVD had the clean glow, like it moisturized twice a day and did yoga, all that. They had Blade, The Mummy, Austin Powers, The Sixth Sense. The covers were hitting different too. Menus were the new flex though. Animated intros, music in the background, scene selection, language options, the whole nine. And yo, don't forget the bonus features. You could watch Fight Club, then turn around and listen to Brad Pitt and Edward Norton do full commentary like they were podcasting before podcasting was even a thing. Deleted scenes, gag reels, behind-the-scenes documentaries, stuff we'd never seen before unless you caught a random HBO First Look episode. By the end of 1999, DVD was everywhere. Every Best Buy, every Target, every teenager flexing their 5-disc collection like it was a Rolex. Hollywood shifted the energy. Studios started releasing some movies only on DVD with exclusive content, and the rental game changed forever. Blockbuster and Hollywood Video had to pivot fast or get left behind. By the end of the 90s, it wasn't about watching movies anymore, it was about owning them, and DVD made that feel like a whole new experience. This wasn't like VHS where tapes piled up in cabinets, some with labels peeling off, others half-eaten by the VCR. Nah. With DVD, you displayed your collection with pride. You showed it off. It said something about you. That slim plastic case and the crisp cover art, the shiny disc inside, it all felt elevated. DVDs had presence. They had intention. And once those bonus features start rolling in, man, you were watching movies twice. Once for the story and again for the commentary, the behind-the-scenes footage, the deleted scenes, the bloopers. Some joints even had hidden menus and Easter eggs you could only unlock if you knew the code, like it was a cheat menu for movie nerds. Folks started arranging their collections like libraries. You could walk into a friend's house and learn more about them from the shelf next to their TV than a whole conversation. You see The Matrix, Blade, Boogie Nights, Heat, Goodfellas. You know exactly what kind of time they on. And the tech side of it, it just made everything feel cooler. Menus with motion graphics and custom soundtracks, language options, subtitle controls, chapter skips that felt like magic after a lifetime of fast forwarding and praying you didn't overshoot the scene. It made VHS look like cave drawings, straight up, but no disrespect though. As the world stepped into 2000s wearing metallic pants and dodging imaginary Y2K bugs, DVD was already posted up on the throne. VHS was still technically around like a washed-up boxer taking charity fights, but everybody knew who was running the set now. DVD had momentum, style, and the back end of every major studio in the game. The prices had dropped. You could get a solid DVD player at Circuit City or Best Buy for less than $200, sometimes even less than $100 if you caught a sale. That put it squarely in reach for regular families, no longer just the domain of audio files and video files and rich kids with surround sound setups. And once folks realized you could upgrade your entire home viewing experience for the price of a decent pair of Jordans, they jumped in quick. And then PlayStation 2 dropped. That was the nuke in a positive way. A whole generation of kids thought they were getting a gaming console, but Sony had other plans. The PS2 was a Trojan-horse, smuggling DVD players into millions of homes. Some people's first ever DVD player was a PS2, and it played movies just as well as it played Tekken Tag Tournament. The early 2000s, that was the DVD victory lap. Special editions, box sets, deluxe packaging, steel books. It all started right at the turn of the millennium. DVDs walked into the 2000s like a made man, flipping the whole industry on its head and making physical media feel valuable again. So let's keep it a buck. The DVD pulled up with receipts, flipped the table, and made the entire home video industry start acting brand new. It wasn't just a new format, it was a cultural reset, one that changed how we collected, consumed, and connected with movies. Think about it. DVDs, like CDs, was the last time we really felt like we owned our media. We had the case, the disc, the artwork, the extras. We were curators, movie buff wannabes, and everything. It made movie night feel immersive as hell, yo. Damn, I miss them times. But yo, if you rocked with this deep dive into one of the most slept-on revolutions in pop culture history, smash that like button like you're skipping the final fight scene. Subscribe for more fire content like this, and let us know in the comments, what was your first DVD? And what's the one you'll never let go of? Hell, let us know if you still got your collection. I know I do. This channel is all about giving props to the moments, the movements, and media that shape the culture. So until next time, rewind your memory and press play on nostalgia. And check out all the other videos on the channel. There's plenty to love. I'll holla at y'all later, man. I'm out.